For this beginner lesson, we're going to have a look at the chords to a tune called Ashokan Farewell. Now, if you're new to this, I suggest you head over and look at February's free lesson. In that lesson, we looked at the melody to Ashokan Farewell. This video and the corresponding worksheet are just for the chords. So if you head back, learn the melody, and then head back here once you've done that, you'll be able to play both. So there are 6 chords that you need to play for this tune, a balmy 6 chords. Normally in bluegrass we just stick to 3, but when Jay Ungar wrote this, he pushed the boat out a bit and went for 6 chords. Really nice chord progression. So let's have a little look at the ones we'll need before we dive in and play them. This tune is in the key of D, so your major chord that you need most of the time is this D shape. It's a nice simple D. Also in the key of D are your usual chords, so you need G, which is open, open, 2, 3, and then an A, which I play as 2, 2, open, open. And I'm playing both the second frets with my first finger. I've got a finger that can cover both, but if you need to kind of do like this with your first and second finger, that's okay. So there are your 3 main chords that would crop up normally in D. Then you've also got an odd chord that comes in the B part, and that's a C, which is very similar to the G shape. Just move that over 1. That's your C shape. So there's your 4 major chords for this tune. There's also 2 minor chords. I did do a lesson earlier on minor chords, so look back through my history to find that. But the 2 minor chords for this one are E minor and B minor. And there's a very useful shape that if you practice and get on your finger, you will find you end up using this shape a lot. So if we focus it on the E minor I want you to try and play looks like this. So we've got an open string on the G, then 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the A string, and then 3rd fret on the G string. Sounds like that. That's an E minor. So, be a good idea to practice. I mean, you may notice that it's very similar to a G. All you need to do is move that finger over there. So probably a good place to start practicing this is going from G to E minor. So G, E minor. Just moving that finger across, turning G into E minor. Let's get that comfortable in your fingers. And then to get to our other minor chord, which is a B minor, which is quite a tricky one on the mandolin, we're going to use the same shape. So what I want you to do is follow me with this. Take your E minor shape, move everything 1 string over. So everything moves 1 string over, and that becomes an A minor chord, which we don't actually need. And then from that chord, move everything down 2 frets. So you're now playing 4, 4, 5. So I'll do that again. So starting with the E minor chord, move everything over 1 fret to A minor, and then down the fretboard by 2 frets to get to B minor. And you're not playing this open E string, you're just playing the lower 3 ones. Sounds like that. So that's a B minor. And that's a great shape to learn. As you can see, you can move that shape anywhere, and whatever note is your lowest note, whatever this finger's playing down here, that tells you what minor chord you're playing. So this is currently sat on a B, so it's a B minor. When we're playing this one, that's an E, so it's an E minor, A minor. So if you need for some reason you need a D flat minor, just find where D flat is on this lower string, which happens to be here, and play that shape. And there's a D flat minor. So that's a really useful shape to really master and get that dead quick. So have a little practice, make sure you can get to those quite quick, because you only get 1 bar of B minor and 1 bar of E minor, so you haven't got a lot of time to find the chord and then change back to another chord. So you really need to be able to quickly move between them. And then we'll have a little discussion of how we're going to play the chords. Ashokan Farewell is in waltz time, which is 3 beats to every bar. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the usual, what I call the chink rhythm that we do can't apply, because you'll end up with strong beats on the, so 1, 2, 3, 1. You'll end up with cross rhythms going on, which we don't want. So you have to slightly change the chink rhythm, and it's now the chink chink rhythm. So you're doing a bass note on the first beat of the bar, and then on the second and third beats of the bar you're doing kind of a strum. Bass, strum, strum, bass, strum, strum. And if you've mastered that, you can sort of put a couple of, they should all be down, by the way. They're all on the beat, so they should be down. And then once you've mastered that, you know, if you wanted to take it further, you could put some upstrokes in there, so you could go. You see, I'm adding an upstroke on the last beat of that bar, so 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So that's kind of how you can take this further, but just focus on getting that right in the chord changes. That's important to stick to that rhythm for this one. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to play the chords through once, and play the chords along through with me. And then once we've played through the chords once, I'm going to jump to playing the melody. And you should try and stick to playing the chords. So you should hopefully have you playing the chords while I'll play the melody. One thing to watch out for is the first and second time bar. And by the way, I haven't mentioned yet, there's a PDF worksheet that goes along with this that is linked below. Has got the chord progression written on it. And on that is the first and second time bar. And if you've not come across them before, a first time bar, so you play the A part, first time you play the first time bar, then you repeat the A part, then the next time you don't play the first time bar, you skip that and jump to the second time bar. Nice and easy. So I have the metronome set to about 75 BPM, and this will be after 3, and we're both going to play the chords once through, and I'll kind of shout out where we are, and then once we've got through it once, we're going to carry on, and then I'll jump to the melody and you carry on with the chords. So you're effectively playing the chords through all the way through twice. So 2 A's, B part, 2 A's, B part. Okay, best of luck. After 3. 1, 2, 3. D. D. Is the G. E minor. D. B minor. D. To A. And repeat. D. G. E minor. D. B minor. Second time bar. A. D. Onto the B part. So D. G. D. G. To A. D. C. G. To D. D. A. D. And again from the top. G. E minor. B minor. A. And again. D. G. E minor. D. B minor. A. Onto the B part. G. D. G. A. D. C. So that's it for this month. Hopefully you were able to play along. Don't forget YouTube has quite a useful slow down feature, so if that was a little quick for where you are at the moment. The main thing I want you to take away from this, not only is such a gorgeous tune that is Ashokan Farewell, but that minor shape, that's a very useful shape to learn and how you play in waltz time. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Head over to mandolin.com if you want any more. I'm available for Skype lessons and other things available over there. And we'll see you next month.